Did you know that you can now use Venmo to send money to PayPal users across multiple countries? And if you've never sent money internationally before, do you know what to check so you don't make a costly mistake on your first transfer? This update has made cross-border payments much easier, but it has also created confusion about who can send, who can receive, and what actually happens behind the scenes. In this video, I'll walk you through how this new system works, what to check before sending money, and how to avoid common mistakes. By the end of this guide, you'll feel confident sending your first international transfer without second-guessing every step. What changed with Venmo and PayPal? The biggest change is that Venmo is no longer limited to sending money within a single country. It can now connect with PayPal users across multiple international markets, creating a bridge between two major payment platforms. This expands the usefulness of Venmo beyond local transfers and opens up global use cases. This is not the same as the old Venmo system, where both users needed Venmo accounts in the same region. Now, you can send money from Venmo to someone who only uses PayPal in another country. This removes a major limitation that previously forced users to rely on alternative services. This connection makes international person-to-person transfers faster and more accessible, especially for users who already rely on these platforms for everyday payments. It also reduces the need to create new accounts on unfamiliar services just to send money abroad. To WH who can send and who can receive. To use this feature, the sender must have a verified Venmo account, while the receiver must have a PayPal account in a supported country. Not every region is included, so availability depends on where both users are located. This is why checking eligibility before sending is an important first step. The sender initiates the payment through Venmo, while the receiver gets the funds through PayPal. This means both platforms are involved in the process, even though you only interact with one app directly. Behind the scenes, the systems coordinate to complete the transfer securely. Before sending money, it's important to confirm that the recipient's PayPal account is active and correctly set up to receive international payments. If their account has limitations or restrictions, the transfer could be delayed or rejected. What 90 markets means in practice? You may hear that this feature works across 90 markets, but what does that actually mean? It refers to the number of countries and regions where PayPal operates and can receive funds through this connection. This number gives a general idea of availability but doesn't guarantee universal support. However, this doesn't guarantee that every country supports every type of transfer. Some regions may have restrictions, currency limitations, or additional verification requirements. These differences can affect how fast the transfer completes and what fees apply. That's why it's important to check whether your specific transfer route, your country to the recipient's country, is supported before sending money. Taking a few seconds to confirm this can prevent unnecessary delays or failed transactions. How to prepare your first transfer. Before sending money internationally for the first time, take a moment to prepare. Make sure your Venmo account is fully verified and linked to a valid funding source, such as a bank account or card. This ensures your payment goes through smoothly without interruptions. Next, confirm the recipient's PayPal details carefully. This includes their email address or username, which must be entered correctly to avoid sending money to the wrong person. Even a small typo can result in a misdirected payment. Preparation may seem simple, but it significantly reduces the risk of errors, especially when dealing with cross-border transactions. A few extra checks up front can save you from bigger problems later. What to check before sending money? Before you tap send, review all the details on the confirmation screen. This includes the recipient's name, the amount, and any fees or currency conversion information that may be displayed. Double-checking these details is one of the most important habits to develop. Pay close attention to exchange rates if the transfer involves different currencies. currencies. The final amount received may differ slightly due to conversion. Understanding this helps avoid confusion when the recipient sees a different amount. Also, check whether the payment is marked as personal or business, when this is useful versus when to use another method. This feature is especially useful for quick person-to-person transfers, such as sending money to friends or family abroad. It's simple, fast, and works well for everyday use. For small amounts, it's often one of the easiest options available. However, for larger amounts or business-related payments, other methods like bank transfers or specialized international services may offer better rates or additional protections. These options may also provide more transparency for large transactions. Final safety checklist. Before sending money internationally using Venmo to PayPal, follow this checklist. First, confirm that both accounts are supported in your regions. Second, double-check the recipient's details carefully. These two steps alone prevent most common mistakes. Third, review fees and exchange rates before confirming the payment. A careful approach always leads to a safer transaction experience. To recap, Venmo's connection with PayPal makes international transfers easier than ever. By following the steps in this guide, you can send money safely and confidently across borders. Staying informed helps you avoid mistakes that many first-time users make. If this video helped you understand how to use Venmo for international transfers, make sure to like the video and subscribe to Tech Fix Guides for more simple and practical tech guides. And in the comments, tell me which country you're sending money to. It can help others understand what works best. Your feedback can also help improve future guides on this topic.